Okay, so hello everybody. I thank you for joining today for part 3 of QuickBooks and Wave. My name is Isabel. I'm going to be teaching you about this wonderful software. The class notes are in the chat, and also this is going to be recorded. So I'll send you the link, and you can access it right after the class. So I just want to start. Anybody has any questions from last class? I know some of you have attended the previous class. I just want to make sure address any questions you may have that I can maybe look at them today. So hello everybody who just joined. So I have placed the link for the class notes on the chat. And also, I just want to know, I was just going to check with everybody to see if you have any questions or anything you would like, anything that you would like to address today. And I can write it down and make sure I talk about it. If you remember, you can put it on the chat. So if you go to the chat, you're going to get the lesson for today. We're going to do a sales receipt and we're going to connect a bank. Well, not a real bank, but I'm going to show you how to connect a bank. And then when you go to the class link, you're going to see the test drive link. Let me put it on the chat again so you all can try to follow along and do your best following along while I'm doing it. And you can make your zoom smaller and resize the face, the window like I'm doing it right now. And so you can see what I'm doing, or if you have another device, maybe you can put the zoom there and do the follow along with your laptop or computer. Okay, so if you have any question, unmute yourself or just write it on the chat. I just want to make sure you all have the test drive QuickBooks that is going to look like this. Kind of like this. It's just mine, I made it a little bit bigger for all you to see, so it looks a little bit different. But there's the correct design landscaping services. So this is what we're going to be using on this class, and this is the test drive. It's a free site, and you all should be able to access it, so you can use it to practice along. Also, I just want to let you know that if you follow this link here, QuickBook for Accounting Professionals, you are able to make an account, a QuickBooks account, by going to this site. I'm going to show you real fast. It's a version that is free. It's not going to let me do it because I'm signing right now. So if you go, let me get the incognito. And you are able to go there and actually get a free version of the accounting. So that's something you might want to try. So let me get the link here. I didn't get the right link. So you'll do it by going to, it keep taking me to the wrong one because I'm trying to, but if you click here, it'll take you to the accounting website right here. This is what it is. And then you go to sign in, and then you make sure you do the QuickBooks Online accounting. And when you click there, you make an account like this. You can make an account here, and it's all free. It's all free, and you're going to get a version of QuickBooks for accountants but that's also a way to test. It's very similar to the QuickBooks Online for Business. So it's a great tool to practice. And so it's another tool you can use beside the test drive. And it's totally free. You don't have to buy it. But it's made for accountants, but it's very similar to the business side. It's just, there are a couple of things that are called different, but it's the same thing. Okay, so, and if you have any question, email me or let me know and I'll help you out. So last week we entered an invoice. So invoice are when a client will pay you later on. So you issue a paper trail to prompt you, to remind you yourself that you have to get the payment from the client. And we did that. Today, we're going to do a sales receipt, which is the other side of this flow chart. So on the sales receipt, the customer pays immediately. So this is what we experience when we go to a store and just use our credit card or debit card, or we use cash, or we use a check and we pay and they don't have to invoice. We get a little receipt, which is the cashier's receipt, or right now they're sending text through the, you get a text, or you just say you don't want receipt. So, but this is the side of the business side. So you have to keep record that you made that sale. And we're gonna deposit it too. So the first thing we're gonna do, so here is the sales receipt workflows when your customers pay you at the time of sales, and because the customer doesn't owe you later anything. So we're gonna go to new right here on our website on the test drive. If you don't know where the test drive is, let me know. Say I have to, it knows when I'm logging, so it's really sensitive. So it's on here on the class notes, and you can click here where it says United States, and you go to the test drive, and then you do this test for robots, and there you are. And we're gonna go to new, and let me make this smaller so I know what I'm doing. Or I'm gonna move this here. And I'm gonna close this. Okay, so we're gonna go to new. And when we click new here on the left, we're gonna find a sales receipt. So see if you see the sales receipt right here under customers, you click sales receipt. And because this is a test drive, there is already data enter. So I'm going to just choose one of the sample customers here. So I'm going to choose this Cool Cars, which is a customer. And we already saw this a couple of weeks ago, how to enter customers. So this is a customer, and it has an email. It has the address already saved, so I just pull it out. If we wouldn't have the customer here and I have to enter, you can start typing and it'll add it. So you can create, if you don't have a customer on your QuickBooks, you can start typing it and then you can add it from this side. So, but I'm gonna pull up one from the ones that give me here from my list of customers. And this is, you see, it's very similar to the invoice. It's exactly the same. You're gonna choose cash. Oh, let's do check, so there is a trail. You can put the reference for the check is 100, which is the number. You don't have to do it, but I'm just gonna do it so I can find it easily. And you also can pinpoint what it was, how the transaction happened. We're gonna put it into undeposited funds because this money is in your petty cash on your drawer on your envelope, wherever you keep it. And anything that is not in the bank is going to be an undeposited funds. So we just leave it there as a petty cash account that then you're going to take to the bank. So we're going to choose a product. I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Let's do trimming because it's hourly. So here you can see the quantity. Maybe this is hours. Maybe this is a section. Maybe when you sales your trimming, you do it per yard. So maybe this is 2 yards or this is 2 hours. So it seems like it's more 2 hours. So you do the trimming here. And then you'll have to add your tax if you have your tax, and then it is already calculated. So any questions so far? So this is the sales receipt. So this is similar what you will get when you go to the grocery store or to pump gas. It's a sales receipt. You pay immediately, and the transaction is closed as soon as the client pays. So this is just a receipt to you and to your client if he wants it or she wants it. So any question at this point? So if everything is good, you click save. And once you click save, it's already entered in QuickBooks. So the transaction is recorded in QuickBooks. Then you can choose to send it by email. So let's see what happened. So at this point, you can close it. If your client doesn't want any paper trail, doesn't want an email, doesn't want a receipt, you're done. If you want a paper for you, a document for you to print, maybe you want to print it and keep it in a folder, or the client wants a receipt, or they want you to email the receipt, then you click here where it says Save Send. And here is where you're going to see the options to email. So this is the body of the email. The email is already here. They pull it from the customer. You can print it. So you can see here it's going to print. So I can choose here to print it, and it's going to go to PDF. And then if I have a printer attached, I just print it here. And this is the default. Of course, you can make it prettier than this. If you go to the, when you're setting up your QuickBooks, you can change colors, you can change fonts, you can do all the editing. But this is what it's going to be. It's going to print like that. And then, or you can send it to them. It says here, send and close, and there are other options, send and create another one. So I'm going to send and close. So in theory, it'll send an email to the client. So any questions at this moment? Okay, so now what is next? Now that we issue the receipt, what is the most important thing that we need to do after we collected the money? Is to check if it got recorded, right? We want to see if it got recorded as a sale. So we want to check our work. So remember the number here, 1038. That's the number that QuickBook gave to the sales receipt. So if you remember sales receipt from the old time, you go to Staples and you buy a block of receipts, and they'll have numbers. So here is the same thing. You have the numbers here. So if we're going to look for the 1038, so we close here. And then we're going to go and find them under sales. Sales here, and then all sales. And then it should be recorded here. So see if you see it. So here's 1038, that was the number. And one of the things that's different from the invoice, anybody notice what is different from the invoice?
It's been paid, right?
It's being paid. Exactly. Thank you. It's being paid. Well, the invoice, you're going to see here some invoices are open. So we have not received the payment. So this is paid. As soon as you create the sales receipt, it's assumed that it's paid. So that's the definition of sales receipt. It's already paid. So here is the transaction, and you have other options. You can print from here. You can click print and print the receipt. You can also email it from here, and you can do other stuff too. So from this view, you can do a lot of actions. The other way, so let's see now if it's safe under, if we find it on the undeposit funds. So there is a account here in QuickBooks where we should see the $70 in the undeposit fund. So for that, we're gonna go to accounting, and then we're gonna go to chart of accounts. And if you are an accountant or a bookkeeper, you will recognize this, the chart of accounts. So these are the chart of accounts that QuickBooks created for us. You can actually customize it. So here we're gonna look for the undeposited account. So I just gonna search it here. And there it is, undeposited funds. So this balance that it shows here is all the money that is on this account. So right now there's over $2,000 allocated in this account. So which means that they have not been put in a bank. So all this amount needs to go to the bank eventually. So if we want to see a detailed breakdown of what is this $2,000 means, we're going to go here, view register. And then this is a pop-up that always shows up to help. So if you is your first time here, it'll show this help here. And there it is. So you're going to see all the detail, and we're going to see here our Cool Cars sale receipt. And you should see the balance. It's just I made it too big. Let me make it smaller. There it is. So you're going to see here Cool Cars $70. And you're going to see also a decrease. So this is an increase and this is a decrease. So all this has not been taken to the bank. It's holding in somebody's drawer or petty cash, and it needs to be, there is an action that has to be taken. So you can see here what's going on. So, so if you're an accountant or bookkeeper, this is something that you will have to deal with it. You can click on these amounts, and I think, and R, it means that it's been reconciled with the last statement. And if we have time, we'll go through that reconciliation process. So you can click here on 70 on the amount, and you get more details, and you can delete it, edit it. You can click here, and also you can see more details in this, what's going on. So you can work on that to find out what is going on. So now that we have checked that it's being recorded under sales as paid, which is correct, and it's under undeposited funds, what is the next thing we need to do? Anybody knows? What is the next thing? What is the next step? So our client,
with the bank, right? You have to deposit it
yeah,
in the bank.
so
So
yeah,
link it with a
yes.
bank account.
Yes, so we need to physically take it to the bank. So we had to take the $70 and take it to the bank because it's showing here. And that's one of the things I just want to be super clear. Just because it's showing here in under sales, it doesn't mean that we had the money is for us to use, right? The money is in somebody's drawer or somebody's petty cash. It's not a gain for our business until it's put in the bank account. So so we can say, oh, we sold $2,000, but then you go to the bank account and bank account you have $1, and like, well, I didn't sell anything. So you have, just because it shows here, it doesn't mean that it's being accounted for. So we have to take it to the bank. So imagine I went to the bank, or whatever way. Either I went personally or I took a picture and I do it electronic or whatever it is. So now I know. So I went to the bank and the bank gave me a receipt and said, yes, your $70 win deposit in this checking account. So now that you have that, we need to record here. So we're going to go here to new, to record. So no, it's not physically deposit the money. The money already was deposited. You just want to reconcile that with QuickBooks. So you need to make that record. That money is not anymore on the deposit funds. It's on the checking account. So we're gonna go here, bank deposit, and here this is the account. You can choose another account, saving or something. I'm just gonna choose checking. This is the balance on the last time that you reconcile. This is the balance. If you have connected, like we're gonna do in a little bit, if you have connected your account and you're getting real life synchronization with your bank account, yeah, that's gonna be the correct balance in your checking account. But if you go every month and you upload that data and you reconcile it, then it might be not the same than the checking account. So, so you choose the checking account, then it's gonna be here a list of things that have not been moved to the checking account. So you see cool cards have 2, but I'm only gonna choose the one for today. And it says here reference number, and you can leave a note. Maybe I just gonna put up, I said, this is my deposit, if I spell it right. And then, so you're gonna choose only 70 to go to record that it got deposit. And the other things that you can add here, maybe things that maybe you have loose cash or coins and you wanna have them here. And so it's $70. When you're done, I just save, and it should show now that I deposited. So I'm gonna close here and I'm gonna check. So how do I check the deposit shows on my bank register? So here I'm gonna go to banking. And again, this banking is as, if you have a link account, which we're gonna do in a little bit, it's gonna be the balance is gonna be the proper balance. But if you do, like if you are updating your checking account every month, of course it's gonna differ, because otherwise how does QuickBooks know how much you have in the bank? So this is a more bookkeeping question about how your company wants to do this. It's not how QuickBooks wants to do it. What is your method of operation? So maybe you're a company that wants to have instant notification of the balance, or maybe no. Each company is different. So that's up to the customer. But in this case, this example that I'm showing you now has link to an account. So this one here is a simulation of what it would look if the QuickBooks is linked to your checking account. So it's pulling this data from your bank account because you're gonna link it. So this is linked to your bank account. So now we're gonna click here, checking. So you see there are other ones, you can do several ones, but I'm gonna put here checking. And you can see here, this is very interesting. In QuickBooks, the amount in QuickBooks is different than what you have in the checking because we have not reconciled yet. Because maybe we have some stuff that have not been processed. So we're holding off to send it to the bank. So, but this is the real money, your real money that is in the bank accounted for. So we're gonna check on here, and what I'm gonna show you is the register for the checking account. This is everything. This is all the everything. You're gonna see here a salad of all kind of transactions. So don't worry about that. I just want to show you here the checking, so you can click on any register on saving. You can get to the register, and you can click on the checking, and you can go to the bank register. And again, you get this window to let you know that they can give you hints. So here's the checking. The bank register is checking, and here is our transaction. So now it's it should be in the, it shouldn't be anymore. So you can change that to being on the checking. So where did I go? No, this is safe. Oh, then you have to reconcile. So, but it is right here. And once you reconcile, everything is gonna look better. And you can, but now it's showing that it got deposit. Okay. And you can see all these activity, all the transactions that have gone in banking. Okay, any questions so far?
So
No.
we have to, this is not a linked account, right, Isabel?
Yes.
This, we are
Yes.
just inputting the information ourselves.
Yes. This
After
is
we
linked.
physically go and, okay. Oh, that is linked. Okay.
This is linked. This
Okay.
is linked. So let me go back here to banking. This is linked. This is linked. This example is linked. If it wasn't linked, this this will be old because it won't show.
We deposited, right?
It um it won't give you the right information. But this is link. See, you can see here updated moments ago. So these are examples of what it's gonna look like. So they have a checking link, a saving link, and a MasterCard link. So this one was updated moments ago. This one was updated moments ago and updated moments ago. So yeah, it is as accurate as your banking account is gonna be. Of course, bank accounts, as you know, don't they have hours. Like if you deposit in the morning, you're not gonna see the deposit until, I mean, you're gonna see the transaction, but it's not gonna be full of deposit until 3 o'clock because they have rules. Like if you deposit before noon, you're not gonna see the transaction until 3. And if you deposit on a Saturday, you're not gonna see the deposit until Monday afternoon. So that's why it's it's not real life, but it's as good as your bank account.
Is that why the $70 was showing up as undeposited funds, even though you recorded it?
I
You were
think
on that before.
I'm I'm not sure, but I think it has to do with the reconciliation.
Because there was a green button on the right side on the other
Yeah.
screen that you were on that it said reconcile.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe if you
Yeah.
click that, would that update it or get it where it
I
needs to go and it'll
I
stop saying undeposited?
let me try. I wanted to show you that later, but let me try.
Like in the story, have you gone to the bank and deposited that $70? You know, in the story, like, did you already do it or is it still sitting in
In
the
this
bank
one,
cash?
yes, yes, I
Okay.
deposited. I deposited. Yes,
Okay.
in the story, yeah, I deposited. I just wanted to update the the QuickBooks, which is the accounting software.
Right.
So it's like going to our ledgers, the old ledger, and making going and putting I deposit this. Now that what we have is a reconciliation issue here. Um, let me try to see what happened here. I wanted to show you, I'll show you, see, it's gonna go to the reconciliation, but since we're doing this, let's do it anyway. So when you wanna reconcile, you go here to accounting and you click reconcile. And there is a video I attach it to the class notes, but also you can see it here. It goes step by step on reconciliation. I know for me it's very hard to do reconciliation. I have to like clear up everything. I'm sure you all are better doing that. So, but the video shows you exactly how to do it. Um, so you click start and it tells you, um, it guides you how to do it. So here you're gonna put the ending balance. Um, so for today, so I'm gonna put 5,000. Let's put 6,000. So let's put today's date or the day of the statement that you got from the bank, and you start reconciliation. So let's see what happened here with the deposits. So let's find our deposit here. See if I find it. Uh, yeah, there it is. So I'm gonna click down here, and so there is a difference, see that? So I have to click all these difference until it's 0. So you have to go through all this stuff until this number is 0. And right now I don't know, I don't have any signs on doing this. I'm just clicking to show you how to do this. So the thing is, this has to be 0. So you have to go through it until you get 0. But I don't think this is gonna change to undeposit. I think you have to manually change it. I think it's gonna remain that because there is no connection between reconciliation and changing that. So you'll have to change it uh, and make that. But this is as far as I know as a reconciliation. Um, if you all want, we can do a better tutorial. I mean, a better example next time. But I'm assuming that all of you are better than me reconciliation. Is that correct? You all know how to do reconciliation? Or no? Or maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. So the thing here is you have to have the same amount. The statement in the bank has to match whatever you enter. So the same, you have to clear it. You have to go through this until the difference here is 0. So I I put my beginning balance. Here, the computer gave me 5,000, and I just took a random uh, balance. I just put $60,000, which is, that's never gonna happen. I will have to make more money because that's why the difference is so big. I meant to say, let me do it again. I meant to say 6,000 and I enter too much money. So let's do this again. So the reconciliation, what you do is you're gonna take your monthly statement, and I had to change this. I meant to say 6,000, no 60,000. Otherwise, we're never gonna get this done. So now the difference is here. So you have to go through the, so you'll take the statement. The statement is already here because the statement is saved in QuickBooks because it's connected to your bank account. And then you have to make sure they match. So if you deposit $70, you should have a record in QuickBooks that you deposit $70. If you took out $2,000 from the checking account, you should have a record. Maybe you have different payments. Maybe you bought several things and they all add to $2,000. So all that stuff has to match. So you're gonna go through here. Let's start with payments and see what if all the payments. See if it goes up or down. So it went up. So I don't want that. So let's start with less. So let's see. So right now I have 5,000 minus 681 plus. So all that has to give me, so there it is. So I'm gonna get to 0, I think. But of course you have to have a system for this. And this is the accounting system. So there it is. So I went up. So I'm gonna put, maybe I'm gonna find a deposit for 124. So if I put this, what happened? It went down. So you have to cross-reference everything. The right way to do this will be, you'll have to get your invoice. Start with the invoice, your deposits, and it says here it was deposit, and you say, oh yes, that's what, and you have to start with from the beginning, the oldest one. So the oldest one is gonna be 10/27/2020. So you're gonna have to start, do I have the invoice for this? So this one was deposit. So you have to check this is correct. If this is correct, you clear it. Then you go to the next one, and then you go to the next one. And then you do the same thing with the payments until all this is 0. And I have a wonderful, like I said, a wonderful video that is the same one that they show here. And you can follow the video. See, I was gonna do the reconcile next time, but if you follow the video, they will tell you exactly. And we can do more next week. I mean, in 2 weeks. But you can follow this video and it shows you exactly, because reconciliation is an art. Well, it's not an art, it's a science because everything has to match, but it takes a lot of work to get everything. And the idea is that you get here 0. So everything that you have on QuickBooks matches whatever you have on the bank account. But we're gonna talk about that in 2 weeks. So how do we, the other thing I'm gonna show you that a lot of people do, if you have a job, they might ask you to do, is get the reports. So you go here, I'm gonna show you 2 reports. The first report is the customer, the sales by customer details. So you're gonna scroll down until you see sales customer, sales and customer. There it is, sales and customer, and there are different options here. You can click here, customer contact, but we're gonna do the detail. Is the customer type detail. Customer, sales by, here it is, sales by customer type detail. So you click on that, and then you can customize it. You can do it year to day, you can do it for a week, you can do it for a day. So you can, this one is from the beginning of February to today, and you're gonna see all the sales by customer. You can do this quarter, and you run the report, and you can print that out. This is something that companies usually do daily. They need that usually for meetings, for accounting meetings, so you can see all the invoice. So these are all the sales by customer and type details. So if it's an invoice, a sales receipt, what kind of product, and you're gonna see all the details. This is something companies do usually every Monday or Friday. They get this report. Another report that is very important is the aging, the account aging summary. So it's also on the report, and then we're gonna go scroll down where who owes you, and then you click that, and it's gonna, you can customize it to today, and you can see who owes you today. So those are all the invoices that are open. And so you know that all this is all the amount that is owed today. So you can see this is a lot for one day. So that's another important report that people have asked accounting to provide. And there are other reports that you keep scroll here on the reports. You can see there are a lot of reports that you don't have to make it all by from the beginning. You just can take any of this and change it. Okay, so now how to connect to a bank. So if you want to connect to a bank, there is two things you can do. You can connect to a bank by go here to banking, and then click here where it says link account, and go to the caret, and you're gonna, you link, and you can choose a bank, and then you're gonna enter, and of course, it seems like you had, oh, this is a free trial, that's why. So then it'll show you, once you go through, I'm gonna show you a video, but once you go through this, it's gonna ask you for your bank username and password. So that, and then it'll be connected like this one. The other way to do it is you go here, link accounts, and go to the caret, and you upload the statements. So you're gonna connect to your bank, or you're gonna get the statement from your bank. So you can upload your statement, which is gonna be something that maybe your bank provided to you, like Excel sheet. So you're gonna upload it here, or you can connect to your bank and you're gonna get your statement. So that's two ways to do it. But you know, the statement will be every month. So that's how you connect. I'm gonna show you here the video, and the video, since I cannot connect to a bank, the video explains it better. You can see what's happening. So so you can get a upload, or you can connect. So then you get connect account. If it's the first time that you're doing this, you're gonna see this window here that it tells you connect account. So you click connect account, and then you're gonna find the bank that you wanna connect with. And then you click the bank, then you put your username and password that you use for your bank, and then you connect. And then it's gonna send you like a verification code to your phone or email, and then you enter the verification, and this is just to make sure that you're the right person who is asking for that. And then here you can connect all the accounts that you have on your bank. You can bring it over to QuickBooks, or you can just maybe just choose checking. You don't have to bring them all. You can choose which one you want. And in this example, they're choosing 2. And then you click connect. And then you choose the name that you want to call it in QuickBooks. And then you choose what is the last transaction that you want to bring over. So maybe since you started this year, you want to bring at the beginning of January, or maybe the previous year. So it's going to bring the data from the starting point. And then you will see everything here. And then next class, we're going to talk more about the banking and how to read all the banking, and also about how the charter of accounts, because I went briefly about the charter accounts. Like you said, there is a question about the sales, what we did today, the sales we did today is still showing on the undeposited funds. Because we have to do, I have to show you next time, and also the banking. There is a lot of information here also that is going on. So any questions so far about what we just did? And I lost my window. I don't know what happened. I lost my notes. So any questions so far? So Wave is very similar to what we just did. The only thing is Wave doesn't do sales receipt. Wave just has invoices. So if you want to issue a sales receipt, you have to issue an invoice. That's the only thing is different. So I just want to make sure here, when you click banking here, you can go to the register. When you can also go here, saving, and go, of course, if you are connected, if you have the bank connected. For Wave, if you're wondering how Wave does the banking, they also connect. You have to connect to you can bring it over, or you can upload it to your bank account. See, it's very similar. Or you can upload it. You can also upload your bank statement. So if you want to upload it every month. And they also offer reconciliation. And for sales, they just have invoices. They use invoices for sales receipt. So, and it's the same thing, like if you have an invoice, like for example, here I have an invoice, you can, if I, for example, have an invoice here, you can just record payment, and that will be your note to put it in the bank. So you can put here check and then what account. So I'm going to put it in the checking account and then submit. And I think that's what you have to do here when I do payments. Like for example, I'm going to do here this one. I'm going to do another self receipt. See if I have another self receipt here. There it is. No, it's, oh, let's do this one. So I receive payment. I can, when I'm done with, that's what we should do. So when you're deposited, we're gonna change it to, it's not gonna be anymore on deposit, we're gonna put it on checking, and then we save it. And I don't know why it says this. You must edit the deposit appears and remove it first. No, I want to do that. Okay, so there it is. But we'll look into it, how we're gonna change that to a deposit. So we have 5 more minutes, but we're almost done. Any questions so far what we did today? Everything is here on the class notes if you want to review it. And if you go here to dashboard, you can also see your bank. Okay, so it's not loading. Let's see if it's gonna load. No, it's not loading, but you're gonna see here, if it was loading, you're gonna see here your bank account. So you can also access your bank account from the dashboard. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. The next class, it'll be in 2 weeks, and we're gonna look into more banking and also how to change from accounts, and hopefully we can do all what is shown here. And reconciliation, I wanted to do reconciliation more in detail. But test it out and see how it goes. If you want to use the accounting site and maybe try to connect the bank, or maybe you want to make up a sample account. You don't have to do the real thing. You can upload like a sample bank account, banking statement, and bring it up. And that works sometimes, and see how it works for you. And you can also remove it too. Once you have it here, if you have this, you can remove it. You can tell them that you don't want it anymore connected. So you can edit and remove it. This, I don't think this is gonna let me, but you can disconnect the account. So you can click here and disconnect it. So you can just take it out. Well, if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions, you have my email. I thank you for taking the time to be here, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks. Send me your questions, and I'll be glad to answer them. So have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You try to practice a little bit and see how it goes. Okay, take care.